Boom! I love that. It's not as pronounced in this version of the game, but that whole fall out of the sky and bounce thing is just too much fun. Also, side note, up on the mountain, we just fell off the mountain, the Bow of Sun, in this version, has an icon up at the top of the screen. You probably only just saw a corner of it if you saw anything at all. It has a little image of a sun, just like where we get the Bow of Moon in the Amazon's village. The leader's house has a moon over top of the door, so further indication of where things are in this game to help guide you. Oh, thought of another game. I thought I had thought of all the games that you might enjoy if you enjoy Crystalis, and I'd mentioned it before, but didn't recommend it yet. X-Men Legends 1 and 2. Another top-down fighting kind of game, except instead of swords, you have various flavored mutants. And they've got different powers, like different swords. It's pretty cool. A lot of fun. And that's got a multiplayer option, so you can have many people joining in on the blasty fun. I'm hopping around the desert. Quite literally hopping around the desert. Oh, and they have pillars. They have detailed pillars now along the side here. So a little bit of exploration yet, just about at the end of the game. There's a few items yet that I have to pick up, and of course I'm going to forget to do that until they're really no longer relevant. They're important items, but evidently not quite important enough for me to remember to do something about them. But I'll get them all, I think. Caution, rabbit crossing, population growing. Cacti? I kind of like the barren look, actually, of the original. Okay, so this is now a now unnamed rabbit in the original. The rabbit's name is Deo. Deo! Or Dio. Not to be confused with the guy from Zero Escape Virtue's Last Reward with the top hat, who probably, we suspect, keeps a rabbit under his hat. So there's still the rabbit connection there. So let's see, what do you give me? Wait, why did I have... Oh, that would be why, because you gave me a magic ring. Where's the pendant? You were supposed to give me Deo's pendant, that wonderful pendant, which creates a funny mental picture of this rabbit hopping around this field with a pendant necklace around its neck that is surprisingly comfortably human-sized to wear as well. And this is Stom's hometown, Stom Tornell the Wise Man's star pupil, and nobody recognizes him. I'm disappointed in you, Change Magic. Again. Everything's expensive here, but at this point in the game, money really shouldn't be an issue if you've been leveling up sufficiently. There they go with that warrior magician term again. Who in real life... Well, I guess no one in real life uses the term warrior magician because, as far as I know, there aren't any warrior magicians just roaming the countryside for the heck of it. But who uses that term so frequently? This game does. Okay, so I'm going to pretend like I'm Stom and talk to Stom's parents, and... Oh, now I feel kind of bad. Okay, so the father gives his son his pendant, because it's Stom's pendant and not Deo's pendant, evidently, but... That's kind of... Well, first of all, I don't understand why Stom would have a pendant that restores magic points as you stand still. Pretty sure he's just a warrior. I don't think he was training to use magic, was he? So that's kind of odd. I'm going to take a look through various appraisals to have the official scoop on what some of these items do, in case you can't take my word for it or just figure it out from yourself by watching it. Once again, I like this feature. I really like the NES instruction manual for Crystalis. Very comprehensive, very fun to look at, but it's nice to have this feature in-game. Yeah, so I feel kind of bad because Stom's parents still think Stom is alive, even though he kinda got killed by Mado up in Chiron. I mean, in the NES version, when you talk to the rabbit, your character says, while in disguise as Stom, says to the rabbit, "I'm sorry, Stom's gone. This is a charade. I'm masquerading as the person actually confesses and doesn't just leave people with false hope. But I just feel bad now. And it seems Stom has been away so long that everyone in town has forgotten who he is. So, oh well. Into the cave. Now, these scorpion enemies are interesting, because they don't really attack you. They just sort of mingle. It's like a cocktail party. You can just imagine the invisible drinks in the scorpion's claws. They're just mingling, hanging out. But they can still poison you. And their movements are just random enough that they can throw you off. It's easy if you're rushing through there, don't want to take the time to slow down and attack them, that you could bump into them. But the battle armor, which I have, I think, unless I'm completely forgetting what I have in my inventory now, the battle armor is the only thing in the game that protects you from getting poisoned, aside from avoiding enemies that poison you in the first place. And in the NES version, you are not physically able to get it until basically the very end, after you have flight magic. And once you have flight magic, it's a pretty quick trip to the end of the game. But oh, that's new. The Cobra head thing. Shortly after gaining flight magic, you can get the battle armor, and that is second best armor in the game, protects you from poison. And not all that long after that, you get the Psycho armor, the best armor in the game, which restores your health as you stand still. Get that off my... Get that off my... I need to have something to which I am referring. The goo! Get the goo off me! Why am I dripping this goo? So, battle armor, and then shortly after, Psycho armor. So it's still nice to be able to switch between the two, because you've got the one that protects you from poison, and the other one that's got better armor rating and restores your health as you stand still. So, again, nice to have options, like switching between the Mirror Shield and the Sacred Shield, depending on what kind of special abilities you want to be defended against. Well, it's a good thing that we got this explanation, so we're not just marching in here blind, and we're like, oh, surprise! There are things here that are going to attack me. It's just odd that you would have two really good armors clustered at the end of the game where you can barely make use of both of them. So I'm glad that they give you the battle armor a little earlier in this game, even if it's sort of a giveaway. I mean, it's really a freebie. Boing, 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 boing. And I also like how flight is really just an exaggerated rabbit boot jump. That's fun. Also, flight magic drains your magic points much more quickly than before. That's always the trouble with balancing gameplay when you're doing a remake or a re-release or a sequel even, is trying to not give the player too much of an advantage, but also not nerf things, dumb things down too much that it's just not fun anymore. I'm standing around to recover a couple magic points, because I don't want to dig into my stockpile yet if I don't have to. This. Possibly... You guys should be freezing each other in place with that. I'd like to see more enemy-friendly fire in RPGs. That could be fun. Yeah, so by this point in the game, you've already gotten accustomed to fighting around in labyrinths, left and right, and this one is especially mazy. It's very difficult to keep track of because it's entirely a grid. There's no, oh, well, this is where it curves to the left, and that's where it curves to the right, and this one's got a T-junction. It's all T-junction. It's all four-way crossing. There's no stop signs, but you can make your own traffic pattern. These guys... In the original, this is really clever, because it's basically the end of the game, and that kind of enemy that I just fought in the NES version is only susceptible to the Sword of Wind. So even though you've got 3 other wonderful, very powerful swords, it's still beneficial to go back and use your dinky little sword that you've had since the very beginning of the game. I like that nothing really, aside from the armors, like the weaker armors that you sell, and you at least get money for, nothing is truly obsolete in this game aside from, like, the gas mask. You can still use just about any item, any weapon, any equipment that you pick up throughout the entire game, if that's your playstyle. So this is especially maze-like, and I think the game really anticipates that you will, out of necessity, have become very good at navigating labyrinths. So this isn't just, you know, look at a map and find your way there. I think they're really trying to push for put your exploration skills to the test. See if you can really figure out how to get out of this one. And it is tricky because it almost looks like it's one of those like Zelda puzzles where if you go down the wrong hallway, you find yourself back at the beginning. That's not the case. But hey, here we are. And this music again. Wait a second. This is a boss battle, and I seem to recall having a level 3 charge for this Sword of Thunder the last time I fought this boss battle. Ooh, I like this battle music. This is good. Yeah, I mean, this guy is so much fun to fight with the level 3 sword. It's just lightning and thunder all across the screen. Everything takes damage. And just blast him away, as long as you have magic points. Well, that was easy. But I am definitely missing some items right now. Psycho armor. Good. Best armor in the game. Woo! Which I was talking about before. Hey, it's, Hot Tamale. What's his name? The elder dude. Who is not Azteca. I miss Azteca. Okay. I'll take that. Okay. We have been advised that the very end of the game is coming up, and that there is a portal to take us into the floating tower. We have been warned. I'm still going to be surprised when it happens. Okay, let's put on this armor. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. I don't have the battle armor. Why do I not have the battle armor? What did I do wrong? I'm so confused. Yeah, those mummies, they take a lot of... All of the creatures through here take a lot of damage, but they also offer some really good experience. So this is sort of a last-ditch effort to level up. Though normally I've done sufficient leveling before getting here that I don't need to worry about fighting these guys, so I can really just avoid them and focus more on navigating the maze. Because I imagine, well, and I know for a fact from past experience, this can get really confusing if you're trying to slow down to fight enemies and find out where you're going. And we're back out here. Saving. Saving's always good. Well, maybe not always. I mean, if you're playing adventure games, it's really easy if there's death options or penalties in the adventure game that you're playing. It's possible to save in a spot where you just can't win. So maybe saving isn't always good. This is good, though. Here is a good thing. I'm going to speed through here again because I've been here so long in this game. Too many times. Too long spent in here. The teleport spell in this version now gives you the option to teleport back to Evil Spirit Island. That's something I always thought was missing from the original. So I'm so glad that they incorporated that, even though there's no shopping to be done. So maybe that's what defines a town worth revisiting by teleportation, is whether or not they've got a hip shopping scene. So here's one item that would have been nice to have a lot earlier. Might have kept me alive in the battle against Mato. I can't believe I died. I'm over it. I'm over it. Happens. Iron Necklace! So this increases your defensive power based on your level. I'm consulting. I keep having to come back and consult the stat screen. It's not that, it's not that I'm getting confused about the menu controls. That only happens like 1 out of the 10 times that I go to reach for the menu button, but I am deliberately, and speeding through, back out again, because I don't have enough magic to teleport once more. Silly me. Whee! But falling down holes, that's a good quick way out. Yeah, so the menu screen. I understand that there is a smaller screen to deal with. See, now I'm using my Iron Necklace and my defense is so high that I'm just bouncing off the enemies, or I guess they're bouncing off me, too. So this would have been really nice to have against some of the little piddly enemies that I kept getting sideswiped by. I should have done the part where I try and fly through here and try and fly out the exit without the dolphin. Oh well. Okay, deep breath. Think about where I'm going next. What else am I missing? The Psycho Shield, the best shield in the game, which defends against all status ailments. Actually, that might also defend against poison as well. So maybe the battle armor does become obsolete. I'm not recalling off the top of my head. But yeah, having a look back at the menu screen because... Oh, dead people. Still. I should probably call somebody to clean up that town. Maybe after I win. Ah, I'm poisoned! Yeah, okay, I definitely don't have the battle armor. Sorry, I'll need to go back and get that. Screen is smaller. You've only got room to see what charge your sword is at, and your hit points and your magic points. These are the most important things to see. But I miss having the gold, especially the gold, immediately visible. I'm okay to have your level and your experience points scrolled off the screen, because that's not something that... I mean, unless you're actively trying to focus on how long is it going to take me to level up. That's not something that you really need to worry about too often. But gold is a nice running tally to have. Because I think you can also sort of extrapolate experience from your gold total, to some extent. I just keep getting bounced back. Yeah, didn't explore this side. So if I don't do that, if I go right instead of left, which I have a tendency to do, any given playthrough, I usually forget that this is over here. But I can fly. Yeah, flight. Boo-boo! So now I'm over here getting stuff. The Psycho's Child. Yes, I am now totally psycho. Is this a magic wing? I have too many items. Too many items. So I have 2 fruits of repun. And I have that opal statue, which I hopefully won't need again to recover my health instantly if I'm about to keel over. But I'm going to ditch it. Oh, fruit of power. Well, magic points are still magic points. I'm sure I'll replace that soon enough. Where to? Where to? Do I have everything now? Oh no, of course I don't. I need to go back down into the hole, down in the hole. I really enjoy doing this with flight. I enjoy... There's the storm bracelet! That is so easy to miss! I like the placement of it, because it does feel like that's a super special, like, place to have it. I guess, maybe, but... That is so easy to miss! Alright, let's try it out, see how it works. This is fun. I promise. Haha! Also makes it more difficult to move around, so... and I think... Yeah, that's the only time I'm going to use the bracelet in the entire game playthrough this time. Because I got it so late. And I'm sorry. That's all the fun you get to see with that. Boo! Crystalis really is a game that is better with repeated playthroughs, because the first time around, there are so many things that you can miss, and there are so many ways to do things out of order that can make the game especially unfun, or to do things out of order and make it especially fun. So, after you have a better feel of, okay, I should probably head over to there, and oh, I betcha I could teleport back to the Amazon town now. Yeah, I could do that. You know, little things that you might not think about the first time around, but after you've played the game, know what to expect. Then you can possibly have some more fun with it on repeated playthroughs. Which is not always true of all games. Also weird, I miss the icon for the battle armor from the original version, because that looks like the ceramic armor. I really like the big, bulky, like, military coat look that it had to it. Or that it has to it. Can't keep my verb tenses straight. Sorry. Boing. Use the rabbit boots while I can. The leather boots are fine, but you move a little more slowly when you're trudging through evil sand. I mean, that sand just looks evil. You can feel it. It's evil. Oh, I was starting to say, I like that you can just leap over the water. That after all of the running around, circumnavigating places, trying to find a place where you can cross over to the other side of a river, it's so gratifying to just fly over it. No obstacle stands in your way. Halt! Well, I think we know what to do. Of sun! Ha-ha! You have been sunned. And bow of moon. You have been mooned! Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I'm facing the wrong direction to moon you.